and was joined by a 264,000 person fall in the size of the labor force that we could talk about if that's immigration as well wrapped up in that. What concerns you the most? What stands out to you?
Well, I never like to see a report where we're not adding something and we're losing jobs. So this was not a great report. If we see a trend going forward, okay, we can talk about that. But this is a one-off. I still think the Fed will look at this, and they always are looking for that Goldilocks kind of number. You don't want it to be too hot because that implies the economy might be a little bit too hot. You don't want it to be too soft. You want that Goldilocks place where you can stay. Softness might even indicate that, yeah, a hike is off the table in September, but maybe we'll see a cut sooner than we expected down the line. That's why I want to see a clear resolution to the conflict in Iran so that we can get those gas prices down and those fuel prices down. We know they will come down quickly, but that was a trouble spot.
Well, welcome back. Time now for the word on Wall Street. Top investors watching you Monday. Joining me now is Dominari Security CEO Kyle Wool. Also with us is John Lonsky this morning. Kyle, good to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation. Good to see you. We got a market that is higher this morning. Positive tone, fractional gains across the board. The Dow Industrials right now up 36 after a very strong earnings period. They sold off yesterday despite strong earnings, failing to impress investors. And, of course, all that money putting to work for data centers. The stocks this morning are up about 2%. Kyle, what's your sense of markets this morning? And how do you want to allocate capital for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think you've seen a lot of interesting price action right now in the markets. You do have the overhang of the war in the Middle East. But if you didn't have the overhang of the war in the Middle East, I think this market just wants to melt higher. It just feels like money wants to be deployed. You talk about earnings and data centers, and John was just talking about this a few minutes ago. If you look at companies like Palantir, their earnings were ridiculous.